Some people believe that prayer happens overnight, but I want to tell you that prayer is a spiritual discipline. We have to get into gear, just like how we go to the gym. We have to strengthen our spiritual muscle. And let me tell you something. We pray to God which art in heaven, but in order for the things that we need from heaven to come down, we have to learn to pray without ceasing. So before you can even pray without ceasing, we have to learn how to pray, and we have to get physically strong in prayer. So it takes practice, it takes discipline. So don't let nobody fool you that it happens overnight. Not at all. Not as so. You have to be disciplined. You have to keep on pumping. Just like you got a dream for get strength. And you continue. You learn how to pray. Once you learn that, then you can pray without ceasing. Don't stop praying. Just make sure say that you stay true and disciplined. That's what prayer is about, so that God can hear you. Yeah, man. You know, sometimes you go up and you ask for something and you hear, go pray. But if you're spiritually declined, you're out of shape, it's just like you're big and wagga wagga and you're fat and you're living a sedentary life and you're not exercising, you become weak. So you can be weak and in a deficit when it comes to prayer. You can be weak. So if you're not strong in prayer, sometimes you're just praying amiss or just praying and it's not going anywhere. So we have to get into that notion where we have to, and you remember, when we put on the weight and it's time to take off but the weight, it's a struggle. It's not easy. So it's the same thing. When we live in a life that is not prayerful and we are now starting to pray, don't think that everything is going to happen overnight. It takes time. So we have to get back into that notion of pushing and pressing and pumping and exercising, putting prayer back into practice until it becomes strength and perfect. You understand? Practicing prayer, practice pumping, like I was saying before, until it becomes permanent. With some people say, and you can perfect the craft of praying as well. Okay, so let us think about that. Think about that. In order to pray without ceasing, we can't just pray any fanky any kind of way. With our strength has to be renewed. Our mind has to be renewed. We have to set up ourselves, find a sacred place, a sacred time that we pray. I mean, you can always switch up the time, but make it a habit, make it a part of our lifestyle, just like we do everything else. And we don't forget. We have to also remember to pray. So we have to practice perfection and permanence. So find a sacred spot, a sacred place. Take time out, just like you take time out to go to the gym and you pay for your gym membership. Yeah, man, we have to pay the price. We have to pay the penalty. And don't think you pray one time and think it's going to happen. Again, if you want to lose weight, you have to keep on practicing. You have to do the thing over and over and over. Sometimes 3 times to the day we go to the gym, 2 times to the day, 7 times 7. 48 4s, 24 7s, 48 4. You know what I'm trying to say? So we have to keep doing it and doing it and doing it until we get it right. That's simply what I am saying. We have to do it until we get it right. So prayer not happen overnight. Don't make nobody tell you that are fool and think you can just go pray or any little thing. And remember, words are power. Words are power, just like they went around the walls of Jericho until they shouted onto the wall. So when people are out there pushing things into the atmosphere, prayer is not being silent. We have to get the words out there. We have to counteract what the devil is doing. So prayer is not just being solemn. You have to speak it.